Hi everybody, hi, this is Mare from Cut2Vinyl. Today I'm going to show you something very special. I'm going to show you how I make a 12-inch picture disc by hand, right from the beginning to the end. Okay? So, well, in the end, yeah, it's going to look something like that. You see, that's my logo, Cut2Vinyl. So I got also a website, www.cut2vinyl.com, and you can order the picture discs there. So just for your information, we also have a vinyl boutique where we do like other records and all sort of things. So you know, I can press for your records, I can cut for your records, I can do short runs, I can do low runs, you know, and yeah. But today we're going to focus on how to make this picture disc by hand. So well, basically, it all starts off. Let me show you. Let me show you. So, it all starts off with such a blank vinyl. This is one, and then I got like a paper where I'm going to print the image on, something like this here. Huh? So now I've already done this, yeah, on these ones here. There's already put that on. And already as well cut that out. So basically what's happening is once the paper is glued onto this, it looks like this. So this is one side. So it's one side. And and then in the end, you got like two sides. Yeah? So and today also, we make a double-sided picture disc. So one is with the Cut2Vinyl logo, and one is with 01 Music logo. 01 Music is a leading psychedelic trance music label with some top quality artists. I got some really great news as well, which I'm happy to share today in this video with you about 01 Music and Cut2Vinyl. So, okay, now, well, like I said to you, the first thing normally is what's happening is you take those two pieces, and you put them together. So one of this record, one side of this record is a sticky side, and this is this one here. On one side, you cut on it, and that is that one here. So what is going to happen, so I already did this, what's going to happen is you put the paper here onto the cutter. This is my cutter here. There's a T560. Just switch off the light. Let me just switch off the light so you can see it a bit better. So there's the cutter here. There's a T560. There's a Technics 1210 MK2 mounted onto that to give the, as a cutting platter. Let's put this on because we want to keep the lights for the temperature. So we need temperature to cut vinyl directly. Now here's a cutting head. It's a T560, and here is my vinyl optimizers with some cutting units, like this here. There's the rear unit, and here's the cutting amp. There's just a simple basic preamp to listen to the recording, and I'm cutting from my computer down here. And I'm using Cubase in that case. So the signal runs through my sound card into the rear unit. There the rear unit basically converts the digital signal into an analog signal, which then gets sent here over to the cutting head. Here are a couple of little speakers which are connected to the stylus to cut the records, and then it gets basically directly recorded onto vinyl. Now, it's pretty much the same principle as we have on the Neumann cutter, the SX74 or 68, which I'm cutting lacquers with. But unlike with lacquers, I'm using here a diamond stylus. For lacquer cutting, you use a sapphire. There's also a reverse on the temperature. With the lacquers, the sapphire is warm. With the vinyl, the vinyl is warm and the diamond is cold. So these are real diamonds, they're very sharp, and to basically reproduce the music to a very high quality, even on these picture discs. So what we're going to do first is, so now I've got these two pieces prepared, so we got to get them together. So we got basically one record, it's double-sided. One is like that with the 01 music label on, and one is the other side that with Cut2Vinyl label on. Now, okie dokie, now let's prepare that. Oh yeah, now I've got here a laminator. So these things go through the laminator. This is how you squeeze them together. This is how you make the sandwich. Normally this one here is a bit somewhere else, but we have now today this recording, so I'll put it here for you to see kind of how it works. Now, so it's quite exciting. Let me just get this off now here, so we can put that record on. And basically sandwich them together. So this one here is here good. Okay, I'm happy with that. And this one here is good. I'm happy with that as well. Now we need here a couple of sheets of these here. These are just basically some prints, the same paper, so it's the same size. I'm gonna put this underneath and on top of it, protect the vinyl a bit, so it doesn't get damaged. Hasn't happened yet so far, however, it is quite fragile to make this picture discs, and very quick can go something wrong on these records, very quick. So they are not easy to make. So the first thing is, so we're going to take the one side, so I'm going to place that onto the platter. Okay, so then I take the other side, so I peel off that page here, because now here on both sides this is sticky. So just laminating together is not enough. You do need to have some glue in between, which is like rather tricky. But now what you really got to always watch out is on the edge here. Don't know if you probably can't see this, it's like really little. But if in the edge, if you have some bitses going over and doubling up, that gives some bumps on the records, and that probably usually messes up the groove when you go over. So now all I do is just I'm pushing it down on the center, so the center stays the same, so we don't have that record moving. But it's not always easy to get out, but we get it. So now I'm placing it onto this paper. I can't demonstrate too much on here now to show you, because I have to get it into that laminator. So this is like double-sided protected now. So then I go here and I'm going to run it here through the laminator, which is specially for this purpose. So this is running here through so nicely, and this is working quite well. So the quality, once it's finished, and I'm actually happy with the product, is really good. But it takes a lot of practice to get them right. Yeah. And the misquote, is quite high on these ones. But what can you do, sometimes artists in our work takes a little bit more effort and practice and patience, and you have to sometimes redo it when it's just not good, because I believe in quality, not just in the sound, also in the look, and that is basically so that uncut picture disc, which is already kind of like laminated together, I do like the edge. The records feel good together. So the next thing is, see, we actually have to transfer another music onto that. Okay, what I'm going to do is I have to peel off that sheet, which is on top of here. Okay, so that protects the cutting surface of the record. So that's the first thing I need to do. So you see here, I've got like one here. So not so easy to get them off. So, but yeah, just take your time and patience. So I might. Okay, one time. Okay, so and that's another side off. So I'm gonna grab it now here and check it. So, whoa! Now that is that, record, just printed, uncut. So that looks really nice actually. So see here, okay, right, goody goody good. Now let's put that on. I'm going to. So which side should I start with? I see. Usually when you put the record on, it's slightly warped. It makes a little bow. So the ones, if the edge goes up, you turn it around so the edge is downwards. Okay. So I'm gonna have to check this first, obviously. You always want to be sure nothing is underneath. So that works fine. So I'm gonna set this on. Okay. It's not this version here. It's version sides. So it's like that. Okay, great. So I'm going to put this on. Usually I leave this here on top of it to protect my pitch control from the dust, as where I'm usually never use that pitch control. Everything is set on 0. Everything is set on 0. The weight on my tone arm is, for the hearing stylus, is set on 1.5 grams. And the cutting weight of the diamond, onto the vinyl is set so on 20 gram, 18 gram. Yeah. So, and now what's going to happen is, and this is the really long part, particularly this is the first one today I'm doing, and it takes a while for the vinyl to have the heat to be soft so you can cut it proper, particularly these ones, because you have seen these are made with transparent records, and transparent polyvinyl just doesn't keep the temperature as well as the black vinyl. So as you can see, all these here black vinyls here on the top, these were my first cuts. So I got them up there as a nice memory for me. Yeah. But up here, you see like a selection. I've already been working on picture discs, with my Cut2Vinyl logo on, and with 01 music. So we've got quite a few. We've got now 5, so we're gonna make here's a 6th one. And obviously we're all with different tracks on. So, now let's just get this studio here a bit order. No, we don't need to. Let's just leave this off for the now, and I'm going to have to wait a little bit because we know we need to get here 45 degrees, and the room temperature should be so around 22, 25. So I'm like in shorts and flip-flops without the socks. I feel like in the summer, but we're actually in February and it's pretty cold outside. So it's always a bit of a challenge in winter time to get the right temperature up to 25 degrees in the room and then to 45 degrees onto the vinyl. So you cannot bring as well the vinyl out of a cold room and then put it onto the platter. The change of temperature is not so good for it, and it can create, in the end, like so a warp on just on one side, and that is then something which usually stays, and that's not very good. So, preparation is something you have to do. Planning, it starts a day ahead, with basically getting the room warm, getting the vinyl warm, so it doesn't take so long to get ready to be cut. Now, so this is a great thing. Okay. Now I've got something really, really, really hot to say. Okay, that it is. So you see, 01 Music. Here's 01 Music. Now, 01 Music is a psytrance label with some really, really class acts, like with Earthling and Chromatone, who are, Everblast together. With Coxbox, Hoosier Boy, who are together, Archon. With Aja, we have Virtual Light, we have Tron, we have Illumination, Lego Head, Brain Cell, Lucas, Etal, just to name a few of these top acts on that label, and we're going to release the whole catalog of 01 Music onto vinyl. Yeah, that is massive. So that's a whooping 39 EPs and maxis and 11 albums, and it's all going to get released. It's all will be made available for the fan base, and now finally there will be a vinyl evolution as well in the psytrance scene, which is so deeply needed. And I mean, there's only a few bands who make it. We have like Spongel, we got Ofni. There's Otto did one. Then I've seen Imantra is doing another album. But that, this is just this, one pick here, a one pick there, a one pick here. So the last label, which actually did had their full catalog, all the releases available on vinyl. I think it was, I may be wrong, but please correct me, in the comments if you think I'm wrong. But yeah, we have Dragonfly Records and Flying Rhino Records, who did, I think Flying Rhino was the last one. I think that went on to like the end of the 90s, until it finally shut down as well, the vinyl production. And, Lucas, who did that at that time, as, who's now with Tip Records. So I've got one track from Lucas as well coming on here. So it's really, really classy. I'm mega, mega honored and mega chuffed that this is happening. So, I mean, I love that music scene. I love that music. And, yeah, that is coming is amazing. And so for this event, so I'm gonna make these picture discs, so basically announce and tell the world, hello, 01 Music is soon available, everything also on vinyl, not just MP3, or wave. Now we can get that all on analog, and that's fantastic with some top acts, So we're gonna have a lot of music coming, and basically, which is great for DJing, the people who like to play with vinyl. Now they get some records to mix, and some great music. You get the choice. I already got like 25 different EPs, and I can be on the decks with a psytrance set. What, like 5-6 hours, and I carry only like so little back. It's fantastic. So I really, really love it. Now, and that is the news. Yes, 01 Music, just some vinyl, made by Cut2Vinyl. So, and that is very classy. Now, let's have a look how we are doing with the heat onto that record. Let's put the chair away. So what do we have? 44.5. Okay, that's great. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to clean the surface. So I'm using here that surface denoiser. That goes a gentle over. And which is great because, I can already feel if there's somewhere a bump, if there's somewhere in the middle a major bump, I don't even need to continue cutting because it's just going to jump, it's just going to waste my cutting diamond, and it's not going to be, So, Now also the speed I'm doing here on that cut is 33 RPM. And the other side as well. We only record one track on that. And now let's choose something. Okay, so we already done some chromatone, we done some earthling, on the other records. I've done some spooky distance Lego Head EP. Yeah, we done the Seekers with Tron and yeah, so we already got this on vinyl, but today I'm going to have a look now into the calendar, what I have available here. So let me just open up. Now the great thing is, these guys are such top quality producers in mastering, guys. It doesn't really need much more of a mastering for, using the direct vinyl mastering method, we call it DVM short, to put the music direct onto vinyl. I'm using my analog, and so it just goes basically from a 16-bit 44.100 kilohertz file off. So the really important part is we don't make it too loud. We don't distort it. Yeah. And but I still can record on plus 6 dB here, so it's quite loud. However, the picture discs I turn a little bit lower. The vinyl is only each 1 millimeter, so there's not really a 2 millimeter record. It's actually really only a 1 millimeter record. So, but it's very clean in the background. I don't have any clipping or plopping or blipping. These really nasty background noises which you often get on color or picture discs. Now, with my work, you don't have that. Now, let's have a look. Okay, who else have we got here? Okay, we got some stuff from GMS, Poly, Mac, Random Unit, a Chromatome and Audio Unit, Random Light, Frankie and Illington, Lego Head, Hoosier Boy, yeah, Archon, Psy Collective, Coxbox, Brain Cell, Special M, Hypnocoustics, Headworks, 9 Cents, Shaman, oh god, Imagine Mars, Alter, Libra Humor, and so on and so on. So now I got to choose basically what I want to cut. Should we use elimination today? Let's go for elimination. Okay, we do elimination. That is a release from 01, the release number 30. That was from 2017. So that's only like 3 years old. Or should we get a new one? You know what? I've got the polygrams as well here. Let's take a newer one. Huh? So let's have a look. Haven't I got this already downloaded somewhere? Elimination, and then this is what 7 cents. Arcana remixes Ecosphere 30, 45 polygrams. Oh yes, it is here. So we don't need to download it again because I already grabbed some tracks. I've got here another computer. I'm just doing my video recording as well with that, so we can close that now, and then I don't want you any longer. We can close you. So we can close you there. Okie dokie. Now, what do we have here? Da-da-da-dum. So we get elimination, polygrams. Okay, I like that. Okay, that's great. And the other one, Richard. Okay. Well, let's take the original and the mix with Earthling. So I'm going to put this now onto my external hard drive. and then I'm going to bring it over to my computer, which is for cutting. Now this is an older MacBook, a bit like a vintage now MacBook, you know. But it really bugs me, you know, these old computers, you know, they're hardly compatible anymore for these, for the new browsers and so on online. But the great thing is, it's a great computer. I got initially empty. I got a nice, actually, on this one, I'm cutting from Logic down. So I got that on Logic, you know, then I cut from Logic, and it's very easy. And I just dedicated that computer now for my studio. So while I got my newer one, you know, so which I'm doing then other stuff when I work, you know, maybe prepare the prints, also, you know, or update my social networks, maybe while I'm waiting. You know, normally I don't talk so much when I wait for these here to be ready, but that's the end. So the beginning is always a little bit tricky. Like I said, this is an older one. You know, the backlight is not so good anymore, and it's bugging me a bit, but it will be fine. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Come on, be a nice one. So, okay, right. Now, what we're gonna do is, okay, here's some sheets. I can put them onto the side. So, that's basically just, I mean, it's a video recording, but this is what I'm doing, you know. So, it's full on live, you know, in real time. Yeah. So, now, let's put that sound clip in there. Check. I'm gonna paste them a bit there in the back. Ta 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 ta. And, you know, so, where's my Logic? We obviously got to do a sound check. So that is transported onto my hard drive. So I plugged this up and it just fell me down. I'm lucky it's still going to work. So I got this one really since like a while. And, but yeah, eventually just get a bit of a damage here. I can see it's open up, you know, where it fell down. Not happy about that. So I need to probably get one, new one. So let's grab this, push this in. You don't want to stay on, you want to. So, alright then, what are we going to do? Where is that hard drive? Where are the tracks? Yeah, there you are. So, where is it? Illumination here. Those two tracks we have to get in Logic. So now what do we have here? These are some other ones. Check, we delete them. Ruffling and Tron. So already, like I said, already been messing around a bit with that. But yeah, let's put them in here. So and grab that. Create new. Okay, so this is bringing it in. So we got one track on. That's basically Polygram by Illumination, the original mix. And the other one is, it's just the one. Didn't I grab both? No, I only grabbed here one. So I have to get the other one as well. Where is this? Okay, I want to have you. So let's bring that in. And the other one is a track called B Laser, and that's a collaboration between Illumination and Earthling. Which one are you going to start with? I think I'm going to start with the shorter song. So with the original, let's put the original onto Robbie Laser. You know what? Let's put Illumination and Earthling onto this side. Earthling, aka Sally, is the head of the label, so thank you very much, Sally, for making all this possible. I'm really honored. I'm really chuffed. So, let's have a look. And we got to prepare the song a bit. It's usually not so long because I already know all these tracks here. So we said, be laser. So I'm going to put that a little bit out, and here, and then I put my, let's take the hardware first out, because I don't need this anymore, just here now. Check, wait, okay, so, we'll just wait. Oh, bugger. So, like I said, you can order these picture discs either directly, you contact me on Facebook or, Cut2Vinyl, or you can contact me by email, which is Mare, I spell M-A-R-E, at Cut2Vinyl with the number 2. Or you just go onto the website www.cut2vinyl.com and fill out the questionnaire, fill out the contact form. There's also in the Vinyl Boutique a section for ordering picture discs. So, okay, so let's have a look. Where we are standing? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Here. Okay, we got this here now. So, ta-da-da-da, we're still recording here. This is great. So the music is coming on. Okay. Nope. Okay. So now obviously the recording over the microphone from my computer, it doesn't really justify the sound, what is in reality here. I just cannot, cut run this audio through and have this video connect them together and then talk on it, because that goes onto the record. And obviously I want to record the song and not hear my demonstration and my introduction, how to make that picture disc. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, that's basically it. First the setting there. So that is good. That is on. Okay. Now what I want to do usually is I check the time, the speed. So this song what we're cutting here is just a bit over 7 minutes. So 7 minutes. I'm going to put on what kind of length? So let's see, have to play something here. Well, hold on. Let's see. What do we have here? Okay, let's have a look here. Now I got it by 63. That's about if it's 8 minutes long. So we can go on to 70. We'll go on to 7, just so. So groove distance is just about 70. Now, like I said, that's a rear unit. That's the analog converter, digital to analog signal converter. This here is for the switch for the heater on for the diamond, which I don't really use. That is the switch which puts on the motor. The motor is pushing the cutting head over, and basically the distance you control with this here. That would be a heater for the heat control for the stylus, which I don't use. So then we have here like an equalizer. So I can tune a little bit and balance it out. So that's the balance, that's the volume. We got here like a treble, mid, and low frequencies. Okay. Uh, Really important that everything is on 0 dB, the setting, the signal which goes in and the signal which come out, that is actually on 0 dB set. You have no idea how important that is. So if you don't, for those friends and colleagues who are cutting on a T560 as I do, and maybe just don't know how to do it, because they started off and so it's not so easy. So really, 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 really take care that your 0 dB is really good. Now you don't have this right. Your records never sound right. No. Let's see. Where we are? Let's have a look. Okay, it's 43.6 degrees. You see, it's gone down. So I'm going to give this another wipe here. See how long it takes. So the first one, it takes really long. I mean, even if the song is only like 7-8 minutes for it to record, making a picture, this takes at least an hour when you're doing it. Plus you need to prepare the print, and you have to put it together, and then in the end you have to polish. So literally, I can only do like 3 or 4 picture discs in a day. Then it's the work day is basically absorbed. So I do love making them, and they look really good. But let's say if I make 6 picture discs, I do have to redo at least 2. So it's just very quickly. The biggest problem usually on the picture discs is the outside groove. This is where you put the needle on. I find that an incredible pain. So, and it is quite often, if the needle, if the vinyl is not warm enough there, that the needle doesn't really go in. So if you put the stylus on, the stylus slides into the recording, and then subsequently, the record is crap. Can't be played proper, I can keep it for myself at home, if there's 1 second in the beginning where the needle jumps, so from a private use, but I can't really sell something like this. So if you ever order one with me, you can be sure that the needle sits on the groove well. And there is no sliding. So, I'm just going to get you. So come on, boys. So, yeah. Now, patience, 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 patience. Yeah. So, that'll be good now. Let's have a look. Because let's see what is up there now. So it's still on 43. Now, I'm not too happy with that here, huh? Come on, boys. Give me more temperature. So, you see how long this record is already on. And while without the liquid we had like 44.6, now I put something on, it dropped again, So, there's a great chance, this record I'm doing here now is failing. So there's a, I would say 25 to 30% chance it's going to be failure and I have to redo it again. Because they're just so fragile. So for those people who are, colleagues, lathe cutting engineers who are beginning, with the T560, don't do the picture. This is in the beginning. Yeah, just practice on the black ones, which are much easier to warm up, which keeping the temperature for a longer time. The wear and tear on your computer, on your diamond is much less. So now, what's happening here? What you for? Come up. Not good, huh? So I need you to be nice and hard. Now that's the thing, you can't rush this here. See, I got everything already prepared. The record is together. The image is on. It's being cut out. So I want to be sure now this cut is going to come well. So you got to take some time. You know what? I am drinking a glass of water. So, well, what else can I say? Just to that, yeah, I've got here some other picture discs I made, and so you can see it's up there on the wall as well. I really like this one as well. I'm experimenting a lot around with like colors as well. So I wonder if you can see that one here nice. Let me just take that out and have a look at it. And so we can see the surface. Now this is that's actually a red one here. Oh, now it's coming well. Yeah. So, and I work with two different colors. So I did quite create an effect here, and I work with two different colors. And now this one here looks like the red planet Mars, like hot, dry, reddish earth dried out, from the heat and from the sun, And I mean, what else could I put on this for me here? I put here on this here. Sorry, this is just for me. I put on that here from Pink Floyd. Let the sun control the sound. I think that's how you call it. Let the sun control the heat. No, let the sound control the heat of the sun. Yes, exactly. So that's on here. So I was experimenting. So I also make like them in also the different colors. And and we have like here. This is a really cool one. So that's so greenish, but I've got my computer, so that's really nice as well here. So this got like some experiments as well with like different sort of colors. And so this one is transparent and it's phosphoric. So if you put that record onto the black light, it's shining. Oh, and I really like that as well. Black light, shiny records, in UV. Yeah. And I'm working at the moment on a selection, and yeah, they're really yummy as well looking. So you can see different sort of color records. I got like white here, yeah. I did different picture disc here. I did one for hardhouse.com, and that's a nice print of my label. Then I print some custom made covers, jackets for records, this can be ordered like from very low numbers, I mean sometimes even just from one. And yeah, so I'm keeping quite busy with that, and it feels quite good. So let's have a look where we are now. We should be about 45 now, 44.5. So it's building up. Good, it's building up. Yeah. So what else can I tell you? Oh, I got a great story for you. Now look at this here. So now the thing is, the way we ship records, well, I ship records, are in these, in industry standard 12-inch record mailers. Okay, so we got here like this is really just made for records. Yeah? If there's one single record, where are they? If there's one single record, well, depending I use like stiffers as well, which I place in here to protect the record more. Right? So well, that is how we usually pack the records. So and it comes really nicely out. Now, in the time since I operate, I basically make records to send them out. Every record has arrived. So there was not one record which got miss. However, last year we had a bit of a trouble. I sent a bigger pack with the post, and yeah, this is the pack with the post, yeah, and that bigger pack ended up to be undelivered. So I have to put a bit my hand on here because there's some address on here as well. So and that basically was so it was like quickly, let's do this like that. Now these records came back to me after 4 months. Yeah, I thought they were lost. I thought they were gone. I thought somebody nicked them or so by the post. It's all possible. Everything happened like that before, or maybe something else. Who knows. But actually, communication wasn't, that great, from the place where it has been dropped off, and so the guy who was waiting for those records never knew that these records are there to be picked up. So. And what happened is, the records later and later, and then I started an investigation with the post office, international investigation, this is all sent by recorded mail. So there is somehow some tracking. However, internationally, you can't track any more recording mail. So, we were unable to, find the records then. So easy to see where it is. However, now after 4 months, it came back, and this was the pack. And this is how it looked like, I mean, it must mention it was closed, So we had like, the records were in immaculate condition. I opened them, I checked on them, and I, with great joy, then I packed them back into the other box of records for my client. I sent them over, and everything is happy, everybody's happy, and everything was great. So that was like really, really, really amazing. With this record, it's gone around the world. 4 months on travel, come back to me in really good condition. So, I'm taking care of packaging, I'm taking care of recording, I'm taking care of quality on the print, I'm taking obviously care of quality of the recording, and but I can record anything, So in this case here, I do psychedelic trance. I can record any sort of house music, rock music, dub, reggae, pop, Bollywood, some folk stuff, spoken word I've done already as well. Some special recordings, if there's one record you really like to have, you maybe have a very, very treasure one, So I make a duplicate of that one so they can listen to that at home. It's a really special one. And yeah, so most of the records are only for private use, for personal use, But however, the catalog, which we're going to release from 01 Music, is an official release, and it goes into the retail, and so we duplicate, and we're gonna make quite a few ones. So how are we doing here now? Are we ready to go? Are we ready to cut 44, 45, 45 degrees? Not quite, That's been the first one. The first one always push up temperature even a bit more. 1.5 and 46. Now, and you see how long is this going on now? So what are we having here? This video is now into 49 minutes, and I think maybe in 5 minutes it's ready. But it's the first one. The second side doesn't take so long. That's the first one. Okay, what we're gonna do is now. Let's just check again. Okay, this is good. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I double check always. Nothing came off. Everything is on, everything is good. Okay. Yo. Ah. Yeah. What else do we have here? Little things to show you. Mm. Mm. It's just spoke so much. Let's give it a moment. So, yeah. I mean, okay, see, normally I just sit here. And then I have my computer while I'm waiting. And I work on something. Now this here is getting there. Are we getting there? Are we getting there? Are we getting there? Are we getting there? 46. 46 degrees. Now, I'm quite happy with the 46 degrees. So what is going to happen is, now when you put that cutting stylus on, obviously there's a thread, which is coming out. Let me get something, So I've got quite a bit of that. So there's quite a thread here. You see this here? So that's, I call it cotton candy. Cotton candy, And it's like very simple. So you see it's like so whitish silver. You see that? Go very close. You see it's like whitish silver. Now, if it would be black, that's a bad cut, So if the cleaner, the shiner it is, that's the better the cut is. So you can see that, So that looks quite good, That's full, And yeah, gonna make some cushions or stuff to do something. Whew, yeah. So now on that one. So behind here, just so in front of that cutting stylus is a Hoover piece. So Hoover is connected. It goes here through. Go to hose. The Hoover is in the other room. So they here. I've got another room. There's the Hoover inside. The Hoover sucks off that cotton candy. So the record is clean. And yeah. And so you start on that. So you got here your spindle, with a spindle wheel, and you can tighten your. This is where you tighten your place. This is when you position on it. And then basically, let's have a look again. Oh, we're good. 45.3. How's the rest? 46. I think we're good. Let's go. Let's rock. So we're gonna switch it on. Got the remote control. Are we good here? Motor, all the sound? Yeah? Rock. Let's go. Okay, now. So this is already the recording. Okay, so what you hear now is the recording on the big speakers, and here's like slightly in the background, right? That is the music which is on the cutting head, and that goes directly onto the record now. So this is cutting fine, this is good, yeah? but to control the recording at the same time, it gets play off the stylus from the turntable. And this is what I'm listening now here. So, you know, I basically have here like a little mixer. And with this mixer, I don't really touch it, except I switch over from the recording and from the source. So, if I want to hear and compare the two recordings, and if they're, you know, sound quite the same, except slightly a bit different, because one is analog, one is digital, you know, and if the signal is right and the clarity, I do know it's a good recording. So, that is the source. And here's the recording. Recording, yeah? Source.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin phase 2 of our Eden project. We put a giant laser.
I love this music, you know, I'm totally a big fan of this music, you know, big fan of Serial 1 music, catalog, produces a top quality. We're going to put it all on vinyl, yeah? So for those ones, you know, who don't know, Serial 1 music, trusts in vinyl, and we all make this here from Cut2Vinyl, yeah. Recording, switch over the source. now I need to switch over. Just wait till it's finished. Okay, song is finished. Switch off the cutting amplifier. Give it a couple of rounds. Switch off the motor. Yeah, spin it out. And then, yep, not proof. Switch over. Okay, side one is done. So that is one-sided recorder. You see the recording process itself takes actually as long as the song is playing. You know, so this one was like 7:21 minutes. This is 7 minutes and 21 seconds. So that's how long it takes. You see. Once the music is playing, it's always great choice. Yeah. Now let's just check how it sits in. You know, if it goes, are we sitting there? You know, the beginning, you know, does the record go on? We just listen to this recording now. We're going to put it on now, you know. Roll up. Oh, goes nicely in. I like that. Yeah, sounds fat. It's great. Okay, so I'm happy with that one, with that side. We do know the rest is playing because we already listened to it. There is no damage on the groove. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it around and we do the other side. Yeah. So, okay, turn it around. So this one was the first one, 01 music. And now we do Cut2Vinyl side. Okay. So let's take that on here. I really like that. Hoo-hoo. Voila. There's something I want to take off. Come on. Now it's good that I always have the arm up. Well, it's tricky to work sometimes here because everything is so tight. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to prepare the song for the other side first. So preparing, I don't do anything else, just adjusting the volume. Now if I get 16-bit or 24-bit on the 44 kilohertz, and the peak is on 0, you know, full flash up, you know, and the RMS is on -8 or -6. I need to basically bring it down so the RMS is at -12, -11. Yeah, so that means I have to reduce a little bit the music. I turn it up here again, I bring it up on the other side there, and we bring it back there. Now, if I do have some music which is particularly prepared for vinyl, with a lot of headroom, you know, I can make the music louder, but from the quality, you know, as I do it, you know, the quality is not that much difference, you know. So I was very surprised about that in the beginning. But I have to say as well, the artists from 01, they're all class acts. You know, they all do some really, they know how to do the music, they know how to do the mastering, they round up the low ends, you know. The limiters are, you know, in moderation. So it's not everything is so crassly chopped off. So the sound reproduction after on the tech, you know, on the analog recording is pretty good. So I'm very happy for that. Now let's look. This side we're going to do a track called Polygrammes from Illumination. So that EP was released last year, 2019. So this is, I think 2019 it was, yeah. And yeah, so it's a really good one as well. So how about good job. Now let's look. How loud are we here? Okay, and Can't hear anything. Ah, yeah, of course. I need to switch over. Okay. Okay, that's good. I know these songs very well, so I don't need to do much. I know how to do the settings. Already worked up, regards my setting for my amplifiers, for the rear unit. Even if I have to do and fix it, on and off, literally tune it during the song sometimes. Every song is a little bit different. But, I know about which kind of guide do I need, where do I need to go to reproduce a very cool, clear recording suitable for also for big PAs. So, yeah. Now, okay, we are not too far off here. Let me just clean this up here. Yeah, give it a little while. Yeah, so I'm going to treat this now. So that's lovely. It's going good over there. Tough. So put that away. So I'm going to bring the stylus in. So. Yeah, this looks all good. And here's like the little diamond. Oh, now let me just check on the temperature so you see where we are. We shouldn't be too far off. Well, it's only 42.9 at the moment. So we'll have a little bit here. Okay, now let me show you something else. Let me show you how those cutting styluses look like. That's quite cool. So I've got here I've got altogether 3. So I like to have a bit of a backup. Huh? So now let's look at this here. See. Oh, let me see if we can go really, really nice and straight. Okay, hold on. Yep. So you see this here? It's not very sharp, huh? Are we going there? It's tricky. It's very small. But yeah, this is like so the stylus here. Huh? For the reflection with the light, I'm trying to bring it in so you can see a bit better. Maybe stop it and zoom it on. You can do that. Yeah. And here's another one. So these are like 2 styluses. So one's like €200 each. And sharpening is like €100 each. So I can do about 50 to 60 cigarettes with cigarettes. I do smoke, not much. I can do about 50, 60 cuts with that. Cigarettes. Okay, cool. I didn't know you do that. So these are the cutting styluses. Yeah. They go basically on here on this cutting head here. And now I do need to check them regular. So for that I use this microscope here. So basically place that underneath, and you can check. Always get a look. So I do this usually before a cutting session, or if I notice the cuts are not going so well anymore. So either with the thread are not so good, the thread, the cotton candy is not so well cut, or the trebles or the mids start to make, and they sound a bit like, stressed. That's for me then to say, take it out, and then I send it in. So apparently you can cut a lot longer, but I prefer to have a better quality, a better cut, diamond quality. And so, they go after, what is it, So you get like after 20 hours cutting usually. On goodbye, a new one. So where are we here now? How are we doing with the temperature? It shouldn't be too long. Huh? We're on 45.8. Yes, this is good. You know, like I said, the second side doesn't take so long. We have everything prepared. What are we going to listen to? The second version is a bit shorter, 7 minutes. We were good on this one, you know. We just leave the groove distance as it is. Huh? So the weight, we're going to put it up. Yeah. So, and now this is like a method I developed for myself. So now you know, for the original way to make these picture discs, to say, oh yeah, you make that, you put that paper onto the record, you know, you laminate it, you peel it off, you cut it. And you do this with the other side. And then once these sides are cut and finished, you put them together and you laminate them. And I mean, when I found the grooves get damaged by that method. And you know, as we like living not in a sterile place, we have things flying around like little bits and bobs, dusts, you know, we don't normally see. A little bit sits on the record, you know. And then if I cut that groove and I've got a bit dust sitting there and I push it into the laminate, it gets really pushed into the groove and it gives like not a nice background noise. And it really bugged me. So I've been developing and experimenting over the summer how I can, you know, eliminate this problem. And basically, we're putting it first together while the sheet is on, and then peel it off and cut is a much better thing. But you do need to redo your weight setting. So if any one of my colleagues want to know the weight for that, please contact me on Mare, M-A-R-E, at Cut2Vinyl.com, or just contact me on Facebook, you know, Cut2Vinyl, we've got a page there as well, and a website, www.cut2vinyl.com. So now, are we good? We're good, huh? 45, you're good, 45, 0, a bit down, we go up, come on. So I don't like it too low, you know, so that goes down to 44.9. Now for me it's quite important and we have a good cut, so I'm going to wait another 5 minutes. I'm going to check it as well. Oh, I can't really show it now, but it's very nice and flat, so this is a good one as well. So, and yeah. So this is how I'm going to do the picture disc. This is how I'm going to do the colored records. I have a very special unit. I'm doing like glitter vinyl, transparent glitter vinyl, phosphoric, UV, transparent, non-transparent. You know, I mean, like opaque. Yeah, it's really. So I don't keep all the time the records, you know. So usually, you know, when I get an order, I make the record and I pack it and I send it off. You know. These ones here are for promotional use. What I'm doing here now to basically, you know, highlight the release of 01 Music catalog. 01 Music is a leading psychedelic trance label, and for the first time in 25 years, a whole catalog is available on vinyl for the vinyl junkies in the psytrance scene, and that's a big step. And I think, yeah, as mentioned before, the last one was Flying Rhino Records, and then we have Dragonfly Records, and yeah, Spongelglas Vinyls, and Offney has done Offney Records have done a few vinyls, you know, they look great as well. And then Astral Projection was there, a vinyl out. E-Mantra, congratulations on doing now a vinyl, you know, very happy for you guys, you know, all the best for your vinyl release, wish you all the best, and so hope it goes well. And yeah, so a lot artists. So for those one who knows 01 Music, you know, we are talking about Earthling, 45 Chromatone, Illumination, Aja, Hypnocoustics, Virtual Light, Tron, Brainiac, Who's Your Boy, Coxbox. We used to be on the Hard House label from Sven Veit. Archon, plus, Lego Head, you know. I mean, there's so many. There's like, I think we have like 20 top acts, you know. So coming, Lucas, Mandelbrot. Oh wow, I'm so excited. It's just so amazing. I love it. I can't believe it. This is actually happening. 45. Okay, let's go. 45.2. Come on, boys. Let's work. Yeah, we good? Put the motor on. Yo. So that's the source to here. We go back to the recording. Source again. bit more. 5 inch. 5 inch. 7 inch. These are a special size. This is 8 inch. It's nearly finished. Okay, nearly finished. So let's wait till something's finished. Okay, something's finished. Switch off amplifier, cutting amp. Then just give it a couple of rounds. So switch off the motor and then I'll spin it in. And well, give it another round for the lock groove and then switch it off. That's it. So this one seems to be fine now. So now let's push this back here. So I'm going to push this up to the inner, just there. But, you know, obviously I want to know if the record is working. So we listened to pretty much most of it while we cut it, so I know that's good. But the beginning, oh, not now. Sorry, folks, we don't take any calls just now. Sorry. Okay, now let's just check out if this one is good. Let's switch over and then, are you going to be fine? Is everyone a bit nervous? Oh, so sweet it goes in. I love it. Now, let's listen to the beginning. Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. So, like I said, you know, the outside groove is always the one which is the hardest to make. And now that picture disc is finished. So that one is done, you know. So before it was recorded on here, you know, 01 Music with Earthling and Illumination, a track called Be Laser. And here on the other side, you know, Cut2Vinyl, we got Polygon by Illumination. And like I said, you know, so now you just witnessed how to make a picture disc by hand, a 12-inch in particular. Very difficult. So 7 or 10-inch much easier to do, but yeah, I've got a method to bring quality vinyl, quality picture disc, with some great recordings, yeah. So I need to finish off the edge a little bit. Now let's go a bit closer, but you know, you can see, you see there's a little bit the edge here, there. Where is it? I don't want to drop that record. But yeah, so what I'm going to do usually is, I'll take this here, now, and then I've got this polishing pad, you know, and then I'll just go here. So a bit on here, and do this on each, you know, and you know, it's like this here. So, you see, I used to do French polishing as well. So French polishing is a method of bringing the color and damaged parts on some, very expensive stuff, furniture, violins, often music instruments, So edge polishing means, to go in and repair the color, bring it back. And so that was for like many, many years as well, my trade. So, and while I've been DJing as well and producing some mixes, I didn't actually produce ever a track, but I did try. So, and then as it comes, you get like kids as well. So you got to get like a job, and as we're like little small artisanal producers all around. Yeah, this is. Oh, here's a bit more. It's never so easy to make a living, So please be supportive, share my video, leave comments, subscribe, And if you really want some, quality picture disc made, just contact Cut2Vinyl. Me, Mare, and I can make them for you. So I don't make them in a week, usually like something between 2 and 3 weeks, Sometimes it takes 4 weeks as well. Like you see, like as you have seen, I take my time with these recordings. I've got to do another 2 today, so I will be busy till the evening, till all of that is finished. But I'd rather spend an hour longer or a couple of hours longer, and I'm sure the product is great. So now it looks all nice and finished, And so that is how you make a picture disc, and all this produced at Cut2Vinyl Studios. So I hope you liked that video. I know it was a bit of a long one, but yeah, that was it in real time. Thank you very much for watching, and please buy some picture discs at my website www.cut2vinyl.com, as written with two, or you can contact me on Facebook, on Instagram. So there are plenty of places around. So, and oh yeah, I ship worldwide. And if you want, question, maybe I want to have a very special song for my wedding, my favorite song for my wives, or this and this and this and that, can you do that for us, because it's a personal recording, and it's not for retail and not for resale. Yes, I can record any song for you onto vinyl. For you specially. Okay. So, and it's all with Cut2Vinyl. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Bye.